Yo,
Yeah.
welcome to the 51st episode of Restart Diaries. So for the past 3 days, I've been planning to go to the slideshow in Philadelphia, and every day I just wake up thinking, today I'll go, and every night I don't. Yes, there are other factors that are contributing into this procrastination, such as I'm not sure if it's worth given it's very expensive. And since the activity is outdoor, I'm not sure if I'll be enjoying in this chilly weather. But these factors, their contribution to my procrastination is very minimal. Anyways, this light show, it's not far away, it's just 30 minutes, it's in Philadelphia. I'm not busy, I'm definitely on my vacation, and nothing is actually stopping me, yet somehow I keep postponing it. And what's confusing is staying home doesn't feel good either. I'm not relaxed, I'm not excited, I'm just comfortable enough. And that's when I realized this isn't comfort, this is something else. And if I have to explain it, it's some kind of struggle, but it's not uncomfortable either. So I'll call it the comfortable struggle. It's when life isn't bad enough to force a change, but not good enough to feel fulfilled. You're slightly unhappy, but not uncomfortable enough to move. So you stay, not because it's what you want, because it's just familiar, I believe. Now the question is, why do we choose this comfortable struggle? I don't think we avoid things because they are hard. We avoid them because uncertainty feels heavier than the boredom. The brain prefers familiar discomfort over unfamiliar effort. That's why people stay in the jobs that they often complain about, relationships that they are outgrown, habits that they know they aren't good for them. Comfortable struggle feels safe because they already know how to survive in it. But here's the part I don't think we talk about enough. Comfortable struggle is definitely dangerous, not because it affects immediately, but because it slowly rewires what you accept as normal. You stop expecting excitement, you stop expecting growth, you stop expecting change, and over time your standards quietly drop. You tell yourself, hey, this is fine. Others have it worse. I'm in much better position. Maybe I'll change it later. But this later keeps just moving. And the scariest part isn't being stuck, it's waking up one day and realizing you've been stuck for years without making a decision about it. Comfortable struggle doesn't always scream, it whispers, it convinces you that you're resting, but in reality you're actually avoiding and you're actually postponing your life. And if I have to give you an example from my life, as a content creator, this kind of hits me hard. There are days I know what video I should make, but instead of recording, I start tweaking thumbnails, rewatch the edits, and overthink the ideas. And it definitely feels productive to do that, but I know that it's comfortable struggle, busy enough to feel safe, avoidant enough to stay stuck. So I've been trying to change this about myself, not by forcing discipline, not by shaming myself, but by becoming aware. And whenever I became aware that, hey, this is kind of drifting into the comfortable struggle phase, I just ask myself one question now. If staying here feels comfortable, what am I giving up? The question usually hurts, but it also tells you the truth. And let's take the same example that I told earlier. I wanted to go to this light show for the past 3 days. And tonight I just asked myself a question. If I'm staying home and trying to avoid going there, what am I missing? And it kind of hurt me that I'm going to miss that experience and I might never go to this light show. I might go to different light shows in all over the world in future, but I might never go to this light show in Philadelphia at this time of the year. It might be a special edition light show. We never know, right? Again, it also depends on how badly do you want to experience that or how badly do you want that thing to be done. Because if it doesn't mean to you on that level, you will just come back to the loop in the question saying, hey, I'm not actually missing anything, and you just sit there. That's not comfortable struggle, that's a whole different topic. But you get the idea, right? That's what I'm trying to do, and it kind of is working right now because it's triggering in my mind that, hey, you need to go there. So I've learned that you don't need to burn your comfort zone. You just need to step outside of it, very briefly, not forever, just enough to remind yourself that comfort isn't same as peace. Comfort is not equal to peace. And sometimes growth feels uncomfortable, but stagnation definitely feels heavier. And I think most dangerous place isn't failure, it's comfort without growth, because that's where time quietly disappears. So yeah, maybe tonight I'll finally go to that light show, or maybe tomorrow, I don't know. But at least now I know what I've been choosing, and knowing that kind of changes everything. That's it for today's Psychological Blind Spot Dose, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.